What's up, guys, and welcome to the One Up News Presents Coming Soon, brought to you by youtube.com/Improv Gaming. As per usual, I'm Jeremy Bird, the biggest Zelda fan in the world. You know me, you love me. I have the tattoo of the Triforce on my right arm. You can't see it right now because it's covered up, but it's there. And I'm joined with two coolest guys in gaming. You know him, you love him as well. To my left, we have the host with the most. He's not wearing his hat today, surprisingly, but god damn it, you look spiffy.
I
Mr.
suited up for the awards this week.
Oh, Christ.
Okay, Barney.
And to my right, he has the best ponytail in the business.
It's fabulous.
Mr. Nicholas De Jesus.
How's it going tonight, everybody?
Thank you, Barney from 2000.
How I Met Your Mother.
Remember that in How I Met Your Mother
yeah.
when he had the...
Yeah, when he had the ponytail.
Yeah.
Except he was a bitch, and I'm not. So.
I don't know, the verdict's still out.
Oh, nah, I think it's been decided.
I believe that Bethesda was the winner of E3.
I'm sorry? I know Nintendo was the runner-up. And the fans believe that the PlayStation was the winner of E3.
And
so that's all that counts.
Anyway, it's weird, guys. I'm baffled. There's no games coming out this week.
It's not that baffling. I mean, it's the week after the holidays, so there's not going to be any
wish
games.
a happy Christmas and a Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year's, jackass.
Well, they passed Christmas, so we're talking about Christmas.
We already wished them a happy Christmas on the last episode.
We
It's
can't
a
take
Merry
you anywhere.
Christmas, sir, not a Happy Christmas.
In Britain,
Listen,
it is.
listen. This is a worldwide franchise, okay? We cater to everybody.
There you go.
Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas.
Instead, we're actually going to go back to a little bit old school one-up news, which I should be getting on right now. But we're going to talk about a couple of different things. So, what do we want to talk about first, gentlemen? I'm all right. I'm just going to do this.
Yeah, it's your show, baby.
Yeah.
Take away.
Tell me, what are we talking about?
What are we
I
talking
want to know
about?
what you guys think about the NX.
About the NX.
You know my thoughts. I'll be behind it no matter what. As long as it's not a fucking jagged ass fucking.
Okay,
weird
what if
game,
it's
but-
like It from South Park?
You're fucking terrible. You're an asshole.
I'm just asking, like, what if it's It from South Park? And
Then it's
you
enough.
have to straddle it and suck on it in order to work everything. And then you find out later on that they gave you a controller and you could have used that instead, but it's...
I still would say no. I won't do it.
I don't know, if given the right minute now. I feel that the NX could be very successful with the launch lineup. It has to, you have to know they're coming out with a Mario. Either a 2D or 3D Mario. They have to. I would not be surprised if Zelda was ported over from the Wii U, like a similar Twilight Princess thing that they did with the GameCube to the Wii. Also, Metroid, they need to hit with first party, and they also have to have third party support. They need to say, hey guys, guess what? Call of Duty, it's now on the NX. You know, guys, guess what? The new Assassin's Creed on the NX. You know, it has to have that graphical power that they're saying is going to beat the PlayStation 4. They need to sell me on the games and saying, we're here to come back and fight. Here are the third-party support we have again. Ubisoft, Square Enix is back in bed with us. This is what we got. We're coming for you, Sony and Microsoft.
With what I've been seeing from the rumors and the patents and all that stuff, I don't think that they have a chance. And this is, I'm going to tell you why. All right, number one, there's no physical buttons on their controller. So
If that's
already
true, we still know they're going with it.
That's yeah, but based off of the patents that we've seen coming out for and that are attached to the researchers that are at Nintendo, these patents are attached to the researchers. The remote control being buttonless is a phenomenal flaw in design because physical buttons make gaming.
I'm going to go back to what I said last week. Exactly what I did. You're going to tell me to play a game like this. I played games on my iPhone, and it sucks.
It does. It sucks.
I hate to say it, but it sucks. You can say it. It sucks.
It does. It sucks playing a game on a screen that has no physical buttons. It's all digital buttons. Not to mention, God forbid, that whatever CPU is running that controller freezes on you. That's going to cause even more aggravation.
I don't think Nintendo's going to do that. Yes,
I hope they don't. I hope they don't.
But I think they're wise enough to say, you know, the gamepad wasn't really that successful. We need just a generic controller that everybody can get behind.
GameCube.
Again, the other patent being the cross-platform scaling up of video games. Now, how is a developer going to develop, let's say, 30 different games for one title? because in order to scale up, you have to have different graphic qualities, and they have to scale up properly. So Nintendo again is going to make it difficult for developers to develop on their console, and that's a big mistake. That's why there's not as many third parties on their console, because developers do not want to develop on their console. We saw it with the PlayStation 3. People did not want to develop for it. It was a difficult system to develop for, and we saw the same thing with the Nintendo Wii and the Wii U. So it's a proven concept. If you make it hard for developers to develop on your platform, they're not going to do it.
Yeah, but if Nintendo doesn't do that.
But that again, I'm basing my stuff off of what the patents are and what's been coming out. And Nintendo said that they're going to blow everybody out of the water graphically. How are they going to do that if they're using the same parts as everybody?
It's got a point.
They're going to do that with their cloud computing processing. You're processing my graphics at your house. That's the only way you can blow everybody out of the water, is if you're using the same cards as everybody, the same graphical interfaces, everything is the same. The only way you're going to blow everybody else out of the water is if you do this interweave web fucking like cloud computing concept that Nintendo's going for. Now, it could work, but it could backfire and could make it very difficult for developers to develop on the console, because now you have to take into account what's being computed over the cloud and what's being computed on the console, and that's just separating things into compartments that developers might not necessarily like to be separated.
So you're worried about the NX?
I'm very worried about the NX. I want them to come out of the gate and come out with a console that's reminiscent of what they used to do, that will blow competition out of the water, that will do a good job at playing games, but I don't want them to fail doing it. And if they come out with the NX, and here's what it says it is, which is next gen, right? Buttonless interface, cloud computing, that's great. But how far are you going to go with that?
You're going to alienate a lot of the...
And they can't do that.
If you alienate the developers, then you're not going to get the people coming to your console. You're not going to get people like me coming to play Splatoon. I'm not going to play Splatoon on the Nintendo Wii, because I'm not getting a Nintendo Wii, because there's nothing else for me to play on the Nintendo Wii.
Wii U.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Close
It's
enough.
the same thing. Might as well be the same thing.
But my question to you is this, boys. I want to... They come out with the NX, and it's everything you want. They can compete with the big boys. How much do you think is the right price tag for it?
I'm going to say up around $350 to $400. If they
agree.
really want to do it, gotta go that big. And if they're gonna do anything really to make me happy, put the fucking Blu-ray DVD player into it. I know Nintendo for the last 2 generations, the Wii U and the Wii, has not had a DVD player in it. Everybody's doing it. Get in the fucking bed, sweetheart. We're using a condom.
Yeah.
Don't be scared. Jesus Christ, that's the biggest thing that's bothered me.
I think you're right. I think Nintendo has to get out of this mentality of being just a gaming interface, because that's their whole morality, is that we just do games. Well, yeah, that's cute, but we live in the real world now.
We'll get PlayStation.
My phone
Xbox.
doesn't just phone.
Yeah.
My phone
does everything.
My phone does games. My phone does computers. My phone does remotes. My phone does Netflix. My phone does YouTube. My phone does
Crunchyroll.
Like it does. It does a lot of stuff. My phone does a lot of stuff. So it's time for Nintendo to start to get on board and understand
Absolutely.
that.
I can concur on that. It's gonna be interesting.
The most you can pack
E3.
into one system is probably the best deal that you're gonna get.
Yep.
So if Nintendo can actually succeed at what Xbox One was trying to succeed at, then Nintendo will be a contender for the next generation.
What's next, sir?
We're gonna go what we've been talking about for a couple weeks. Hideki Kojima going to PlayStation, going to Sony, boys.
Called it. May I say I called it?
Yes, you did.
I knew. It made the sense.
With the PlayStation exclusive.
Yes, of course. Timed exclusive, from what I've been reading. Timed exclusive.
it's a
Going
timed
to the
exclusive.
PC, but no word of going to Microsoft, and obviously no going to Nintendo. But you knew. I mean, Metal Gear Solid was on PlayStation, and it just made sense. And I could see Sony saying, here's a whole bunch of money, take whoever you want, we'll give you 4 or 5 years, see you then. And Kojima going, all right, that sounds good to me. He got on such a bad rap with Konami, and them not letting him at the Gaming Awards, and doing all this stuff, and him not being able to freely talk now that he's out of contract, because his contract ended December 15th.
We're still waiting for the interviews,
But
which is going to be epic. Sorry.
he going with PlayStation, I mean, makes the most sense. He's at home there. I feel he knows how to deliver on that system, and he's going to make the best possible game without the restrictions of Konami or whatever happened inside that world.
I'm hoping that he's able to utilize this as an opportunity to make his own development team, and branch off and not just be stuck with Sony. I want to see great things happen for Kojima, and it's not going to happen under the umbrella of Sony. It's going to happen when Kojima can actually branch off and become his own independent developer. So, yes, you called it, but the future is still yet to be seen. What is it that he's actually going to be bringing to the Sony platform? I don't know, because the only thing that we know him for, really, is Metal Gear. He's worked on a lot of other stuff, but nobody attributes that stuff to him, really.
Yeah.
They attribute Metal Gear. So, is he going to be able to deliver this immersive world that he's delivered before? Is he going to have a new idea, or are we just going to sit there and be like,
I want more Metal Gear.
it looks a lot like Metal Gear, dude. Like, you just redid Metal Gear.
I would not be surprised if he actually did Silent Hill but renamed it and got back with Datora.
I would like to see him do Zone of the Enders.
Yes.
I know back in the day that was his pet project, and that was something that he really had a passion for. So I would like for him to expand on the Zone of the Enders franchise.
So would I.
That would
I
be
played
really
the
nice,
shit
because
out of that
those
game,
games
dude.
were fucking phenomenal.
Yep.
And I would like to see longer, more drawn out Zone of the Ender games, because those games were also phenomenally short.
But I could see that because, like I said, with Sony, I feel like everybody was doing a bidding war for him. You have to know. Ubisoft, all the big EA, all the Activision, all these big companies were...
I don't know if that's the case.
But you have to know, they were probably like, here's some money, and he's like, that's funny. And then here's PlayStation saying, okay, this is what we're actually going to offer you. But you have to be at least a timed exclusive. And he's like, all right, he'll be a timed exclusive for Sony, and they go to PC. And then from there, he'll go... Then the ball's in his court. He could do whatever he wants.
Yeah, but if he partners with Sony, then he's under Sony's umbrella. He's a first-party developer.
Yep.
And I don't want to see him stuck as a first-party developer.
But if it... give for example this. He comes out with a game. It's a timed exclusive. Afterwards, he's like, all right, I'm done working with Sony. Thank you. I was able to get this game out that I wanted, for Sony.
No, he partnered for... The game that he's creating is a timed exclusive. His contract is not.
I don't
He
know.
partnered with Sony. He partnered with Sony. It's not... The game is a timed exclusive. That doesn't mean that he is a timed exclusive.
I don't know. I can't see him...
That's what I'm saying. He's not going to stay around Sony. He's gonna turn up and turn into something different. He's gonna utilize this as
That's
a
what I'm
stepping
saying.
stone to become something better.
An
But his
independent
contract is with Sony. He is his game that he's creating over the next 4 or 5 years, however long it takes, is going to be a timed exclusive. But that doesn't necessarily mean that once that's been delivered, that his contract is over with Sony. He's partnered with Sony. I don't want to see him and whatever he creates become a first-party developer. I want to see him
You
and
don't want
whatever
to
he
have
creates.
him be Kojima Productions' first party to Sony
No,
Entertainment.
I don't.
No,
I don't.
I
Because
agree, I agree.
because Sony and all of them will drop developers left and right. Like we had the conversation. They'll drop a developer the moment you're not being new, the moment you're not bringing something to the table. So what I want to see is somebody that actually creates a third party development team and then brings it to the table for everybody. That's why Gorilla Works? Is it Gorilla Works?
Yeah, Gorilla.
Gorilla Works is working on Horizon Dawn.
Yeah.
Because all Gorilla Works did before that
It was Killzone.
was Killzone.
Yeah.
So Sony's like, all right, you got to bring something new to the table or you're done. And I don't want to see Kojima stuck in that same situation
I don't
and then
think he
get
would
alienated
either.
from the gaming
No, I
world
don't think
entirely.
so.
I don't believe
If he
that.
spits in the face of Sony after they say, dude, you need something new, then Sony's going to fucking bury him. And that's how that's going to work.
And then he's gonna go to Nintendo.
Where he'll definitely have no future.
Yep. yep.
So that's what I don't want to see. I don't want to see Kojima get pigeonholed into being a first party exclusive for Sony and then end up just working for Sony and then that's it. Like then we never see anything from him ever again. And we just see the one game in 5 years and then we never see anything that's actually got his elements, his creativity attributed to it. I don't want to see another fucking Metal Gear Hybrid come out. I don't want to see that either. And the next game he makes, I don't want to see any inspiration from Metal Gear in it
You
because
want
of
it
the
to
fact
be its own IP.
because of the fact that people will say, "Oh, but you know, did you see the Walker? It looked just like a Metal Gear. Did you see this? That was a Metal Gear."
But that's people nitpicking.
But
Yeah.
that's gonna cause a problem.
Yeah, it's literally what's gonna happen when you get branded with a game that many times.
It's gonna cause a problem. So he needs to come out with fresh ideas, new ideas that do not in any way go back to Metal Gear in any way.
But that could be the said about Naughty Dog. Once Naughty Dog finishes Uncharted, you know, everybody's going to point to Naughty Dog when their new project comes out and says,
Which is gonna
oh,
be
you
Crash
got that
Bandicoot."
from Uncharted. Oh, that's from... Any kind of established franchise. Look at Bungie. Bungie did Halo, and now they want to do Destiny. People are looking and saying, hey, that's kind of from Halo, you know?
Yeah.
You're always going to have that stigma.
Well, yeah, but they made the same game.
Yeah, but Destiny...
They made a first-person shooter.
Yeah, but Destiny's able to stand on its own.
Yeah.
People, I mean, it has a massive following. So I can't see the same, not especially for Kojima going the same.
The other thing is, like, think about Kenji Inafune. He's the creator of Mega Man, and he did Mighty Number 9, and literally, like, he tried to do a separate project instead of Mighty Number 9. They're like, we kind of want another Mega Man game, and yet he's like, I gotta make another fucking Mega Man.
It's
game,
not really
which-
Mega Man. It's a little more fast paced, but that's another topic for another.
It
day.
looks like Mega Man.
It does look like Mega Man, but
It
yeah,
is, but-
it is a little more
Yeah.
fast paced. I would like to see another Mega Man game. Period.
Yeah.
I just want another Mega
Yeah. Oh
Man.
yeah, absolutely.
But I don't want Kojima to be judged for his future efforts based off of his past efforts, because I want to see great things happen to Kojima. I'm a big fan of Kojima. I'm a huge fan of Kojima.
You got a tattoo on your back of him.
Here, let me
Yeah,
let me
well,
explain.
no, it's
this
actually on
one
my
thing.
nuts, but
Let me.
So you can taste them?
I feel like we'll end on this. Let's look at this example. Gorilla. We'll bring them back up. Horizon Zero Dawn's coming out in fall, presumably this 2016
Possibly.
fall, October, November. I would have to hazard a guess.
Anyway,
They have an amazing game. We all agree it looks amazing. It looks like it will be a blast. But they're known for doing all these Killzone games. So the question goes, will that be compared?
why would it? Right now, the way that we're looking at Zero Dawn and from what we're seeing from Zero Dawn, nothing about it looks like Killzone.
Exactly.
It looks like Turok.
It looks like Turok.
But Gorilla is known for doing Killzone.
I know that, but that's why they're not doing.
Exactly. And
Is
that's
he
what,
is he making the same?
Yeah, but I'm saying
the point that I'm
Kojima
making is
gonna
that
be the same
in
way.
order for Guerrilla to have achieved the success that they want to achieve with Zero Dawn, they couldn't draw any inspiration from Killzone.
Which is what
And
Kojima, is going to do.
shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
not
want
gonna
to see him do that.
He won't do it.
We'll see.
That's a very
We'll see.
Metal Gear covers a lot of bases. You've got stealth warfare, you've got cybernetics, you've got nanotechnology, you've got every good aspect of a video game.
Fanboy.
But it's true.
Sci-fi.
You've got sci-fi, you've got you've got dad and father situations, and that's a Star Wars reference. All right. I mean, he's covered so many different things that how is it going to be easy for Kojima to come up with something that is different?
If you want my opinion on Kojima, and let the fanboys and the hate mail commence, make a fucking game you do stuff and not watch 80 hours of fucking film.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I love him
Yes.
to death, but
The cutscenes are ridiculous.
Metal Gear Solid 2, I know a lot of people don't like it. It's got one of my favorite scenes where Snake jumps after Liquid, he breaks the handcuffs, and he jumps off into the water. To get to that point, I sat there for 2.5 hours with my fucking controller on my fucking desk. I'm like, guys, I want to do something besides
Yes.
watch you guys yap all
Yes.
fucking day.
One of the biggest problems that he has is his cutscenes. And the reason being that they are, and I would argue that all of Kojima's cutscenes are phenomenally done.
They are.
I would argue that they're all
The
very
La La
well
Lu La
done.
Lo?
Oh, for
The
God's
Lale Gule Lo, yes. I would argue that they're all very well done. That there isn't a wasted moment in the cutscenes. The problem is that when I have to go to school in the morning and your cutscene is 3 hours long and it's 11 o'clock, I'm not stopping the game because your cutscene is 3 hours long.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna be late for school in the morning. And that's the issue that I had when I was a kid playing the first couple of games. But now, whatever, it's gonna last until 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll get 3 hours of sleep and go to work. Whatever, doesn't matter.
No biggie.
No biggie. But Kojima has a bad history of making these extended cutscenes, and I don't want to watch a movie. I do want to play a game.
Because you always want to be a filmmaker, so.
See, I don't hate on the cutscenes, but
I do only at times. But
let us know in the comments what you feel about the cutscenes.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of fans actually don't mind it as much.
Yeah. So
Some it's
a love
back
hate.
and forth.
It's a love hate
But
because they're so
curious to
well
know.
done. So you don't complain about the cutscenes, but at the same time, holy shit!
It's been 2.5 hours.
I played 5 minutes in the past 6 hours.
Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are.
So, what do you think, gentlemen? You want to go to one more topic? Or?
One more topic. Let's get
All
one
right.
more in.
We're going to talk about, which I'm looking forward to, the master of the Dark Hado himself stepping into the ring at Tekken. We have Akuma announced for Tekken 7.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Love it.
Now I'm gonna say something that I'm
terrible.
I'm gonna say
What?
something. Well, yeah, because he's a Tekken fanboy,
Oh, yeah.
So he's got none of
Did
these
you like
characters.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken?
I did enjoy it, yes.
Okay, you do have a little bit of soul.
I do like Akuma. He's probably one of my favorite Street Fighter characters. I would have to say
I don't
that.
want them to nerf him
I don't either.
because for me traditionally Tekken is a slower paced game than Street Fighter.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a slower paced game. It's a more balanced game in that it's defense and attack, more so and
Yeah.
counter. Yeah, just because you play as Eddie Gordo doesn't make it a fast paced game.
I do not play just as Eddie Gordo.
let's
I play as
clarify
Steve
that.
Fox.
Let's clarify.
I play as Jin.
Let's clarify.
I play as
that.
Heihachi.
Let's clarify.
I play as
all right?
King.
It's
I
a
play as
slower
MODOK.
paced game. It's a
For those
it's a
characters you've
slower.
never seen play.
It's a slower paced fighter than Street Fighter, and I'm talking hardcore Street Fighters will know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about in the 3D realm because Street Fighter is a slower paced game. Street Fighter 5 and Street Fighter 4 are phenomenally slow.
Thank you. Friggin' Evo 2014.
Yeah,
Jake
I'm not
can
talking
attest.
about Street Fighter 4. I'm talking about
you're
hardcore
right.
Street Fighter players that don't play those. They play the old fucking like
Street Fighter 2?
2 versions that have been modded.
Yeah, but I can agree with that.
Those
I agree.
games
But
are
now
extremely
Street Fighter is
fast-paced.
nowhere close.
And I'm not
to
talking
Street.
about major. I'm not talking about major releases. I'm talking about actual Street Fighter. Because to me, 4 and 5 are nowhere near actual Street Fighter, and they have a long way to go to get 3D fighting up to the standards of Street Fighter. Because I'm sorry, but I'm not impressed, and I'm not gonna be impressed.
It's not a 3D fighter game. It's 3D graphics on a 2D plane.
Yes, and for whatever reason, they're not able to achieve the same speed that you can on a 2D graphics on 2D plane.
Too much shit going on in the back.
But they just can't achieve the same speed. So when you have Akuma coming into the franchise, who even in Street Fighter 4 was faster than everybody else,
Yep.
you better not nerf him for Tekken.
As long as
He better be compatible. He better be Akuma. It better not feel like it's not Akuma.
It's just the only thing that gets to me about it is you're going from the Street Fighter fighting engine to the Tekken one, which is totally different button combinations. Like you have to put 4 commands in to do a 4-hit, 8-hit combo in Street Fighter, while in Tekken it's totally different. You can just hit this button, this button, and then you do combos. You ruin my Raging Demon, and I'm gonna fucking kill you guys. Because I love that move. Best finisher ever. And his name is Peter Anderson. Let's see him hit the floor.
Apparently this means that he wants to talk.
It's game time. It's game time.
The question is, are they going to take the fireball? Are they going to take the
No.
Hadouken
Now
down?
let me explain something.
That's how you kill people.
Let me explain something. When I did my reaction video, youtube.com/improvgaming, and I talked about this, I was not mad per se about Akuma coming in. I just hope that he doesn't take the Tekken lore out. Let me explain something. When they've been teasing a trailer between Kazuha Mishima and Heihachi about their final confrontation. This is it. So for Tekken fans who have been waiting for this moment, I'm like, it's on. Fucking volcano scene, I'm like, the shit is on. I am ready for this.
Wait. So you're angry because you think Akuma's going to be part of the story?
Yes.
That would be
because-
pretty fucking awesome,
Let me
actually.
tell
No,
you
he's
why.
not.
Yes,
He's not going to be part of the story. Was Jason part of the story in Mortal Kombat 9?
No.
no, because he was a downloadable character.
Okay.
He wasn't a part of the game when it first came out. Let me
Okay,
explain
what about Yoda and Darth Vader in Soul Calibur?
4.
Were they a part of the story?
They could be.
They actually were.
Fuck you.
They gave them 4 stories. They did!
No, but did their stories intersect with the lore of Soul Calibur? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, right. No. While he thinks about that, let me
I
explain.
highly doubt that Akuma's gonna
Yes.
have
Okay.
any weight on the actual lore of Tekken.
Let me explain. You see the trailer's been out, and you see Kazumi sitting at the temple praying. Kazuma, I think. Sitting at the temple. I'm heated.
He's such an adamant
Oh
fan.
my god, I hate when you
Pronounced
can't
the
pronounce shit. correctly.
She's sitting at the temple,
name. Okay.
and she's like, somebody has to stop Heihachi, blah, 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 blah. You see a shadowy figure, and that's been the longest time what we've been seeing. Now with Akuma being announced, it shows Akuma being the shadowy figure. So it shows, to me as a Tekken fan, saying Akuma's going to place himself in the story of Kazuha and Heihachi's final battle, because she is sending Akuma to face off against Heihachi.
Which is pretty fucking awesome.
Which, yeah, is a cool concept. I just hope it doesn't take away from the story aspect.
Why would Akuma go up against Heihachi? I would think that he would be on Heihachi's side.
No, Akuma doesn't go with anyone.
But I mean, like, who in their right mind
Who
would
in
ever
the blue
fucking
hell?
like reach out to Akuma to help solve a problem?
Ryu did. Ryu did once.
Oh, wow, you're just fucking up everywhere, Nick.
Well, but yeah, look at the result. Then you got Dark Ryu, who couldn't fucking get any aspect of himself back.
I thought you were gonna say didn't
Right?
get any action.
You got Evil Ryu out of that because he went to Akuma for help, which was a mistake.
Yep, and that's actually what happened.
So I'm just saying that I'm excited for him, and to put your worries aside, they showed gameplay. It shows that he has everything.
Good.
It shows that he's fast paced and that he can go toe to toe with the Tekken characters. But for me, as a Tekken fanboy who can respect Street Fighter, not a big fan of Street Fighter, but can respect, I just feel that they're gonna shove him into the story, which is gonna piss a lot of fans off.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say.
That would piss me off too, because there's no reason for him to be in that story.
That's what I'm saying. From what the trailers are saying, it sounds like he's a hired mercenary to go and take out Heihachi. Which, if they fought, would be cool. If it gets involved within the story,
yeah, there's no reason
then
for him
I'm
to
like,
be introduced. If he's gonna be in the story, he should be like off to the side.
yeah, like
It should be a situation where like he comes to fight Heihachi whoops his ass. It's a good fight, but then here's the real fight between.
Then
Then he manipulates
Kazuha
Heihachi.
comes in, and they have the thing with maybe something that I would be okay with. But if he interferes with the main thing, the selling point of this game, which is the final battle between the two, that's when my hand raises up. That is what I have to say about Tekken 7.
I like it. And no, actually, the Vader and Yoda stories is just for the arcade mode. You go through, they've stopped Soul Calibur, there's the end of it. That's lit.
Oh,
You're
okay.
asking
Did
about
you
that.
enjoy Soul Calibur?
I did.
Did you play it on Xbox or
Xbox.
PlayStation?
Actually, I played it on Xbox to get Yoda, but then they decided to drop both characters.
Yeah, I remember
They crossed
that.
them over,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
made me happy. I was like, all right, Vader, let's do this.
Okay.
But what else do we have coming up this week, guys? We have our IPG awards coming up.
8
Give me-
pages. 8 pages.
And then in 2 weeks, we have the biggest turds of the year from 2015.
Yes, that's.
Which you know a game I'm coming after. You know which one.
Oh, I have many.
I have a lot of hateful ones.
And then
PlayStation All Stars.
Game of the year. Game of the year. You took my thunder away. And then we also have the most anticipated for 2016.
The
Yeah.
most anticipated for
Which
2016.
I'm excited about.
That's
Talk
going to be
about.
very exciting. And then we have another topic that we'll be discussing, which I have written down here,
As usual, we don't.
which is
It's improv.
the PS2 re-releases on the PS4.
I forgot about
Yes,
that,
well,
yeah.
we'd like to see
Yes.
brought to the PS2 re-release on the PS4. As you know, you have Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, San Andreas, you have Dark Cloud, you have a whole bunch of games. What games
Devil
do
May
you
Cry
want
3.
to see? Kingdom Hearts.
No.
But we'll get into it. Don't worry, that's in a couple of weeks.
But as usual, guys, you know where to find us. YouTube.com/Improv Gaming. You're slipping. You haven't been saying that all episode.
This is
Yeah.
your show. This is your show.
Oh, God. But you know where to find us, guys. And as usual,
Game on.
on.
Yeah,
Sitting
yeah,
in the
yeah,
bakery,
yeah.
eating some cannoli,
Yeah.
and then
Leave
the
it,
bad
smack
people
it.
come in.
Ponies.
and then shoot
It
us.
sounds like
Six,
Mr. Nicholas
seven,
did.
eight, nine, 10.